Look at the replay for sure. They think they have won the game.
A wild ending to the Stanley Cup Finals, and the Avs are headed home to Colorado in position to lift their third Stanley Cup.
We're just getting ready for tomorrow.
Ahead of a busy night tomorrow, the calm preparation before the storm.
We can do it safely. We can stay out of the penalty box.
Plus, a senseless act of violence connected to street racing.
This is not recreational fun. I mean, they're shutting down highways. They're conducting dangerous behavior.
Tonight, police have arrested a man for a shooting that killed a father of 3.
This is one of the most difficult cases that, in my 30-plus years, that we've had to work.
Thank you for watching Denver 7 News at 6 on Denver 7 Plus. I'm Jacqueline Allen.
And I'm Jessica Porter. We still cannot get over that thrilling overtime win by the Avs last night in Tampa. With that victory, the Avalanche are 1 win away from their 3rd Stanley Cup championship.
And we know downtown Denver will be rocking tomorrow for Game 5 at Ball Arena. Denver 7's Megan Lopez checked in with the city and with police on what could be a night of crazy celebrating.
There is a lot of excitement about whether tomorrow will be the day that the Avalanche finally clinch the Stanley Cup for the first time in 21 years. Now, they don't want to jinx it, but businesses and the city of Denver are both preparing as if tomorrow might be the last game.
We're just getting ready for tomorrow.
Call it the calm before the storm.
Denver knows how to party, and we're going to get crazy.
Or maybe more appropriately, the calm before the Avalanche at Nola Jane.
The first 2 home games were incredible. I mean, busy, busy, busy.
Owner and executive director Mike Goldman is ready for anything.
We beefed up like crazy. I mean, I brought in a full kitchen staff 3 or 4 days just to prep so much food because we're going to go through it.
That's been a bit of a challenge. They can't find chicken tenders anywhere, so they're making them from scratch.
Little things in my kitchen, things like the fish we use all the time, smaller items, certain spices we can't get.
But they're working around it, getting creative, and getting excited for Game 5. The city of Denver is also busy prepping.
We're learning so much after each watch party at Ball Arena and at Auraria campus.
The Avs game is not the only event this weekend, though. Parts of Bannock Street, 14th Avenue, Broadway, and Colfax will all be closed starting Friday for the Pride Parade.
The city itself is very experienced in balancing many different types of events and activities.
Over at Denver Police,
We remind folks not only to celebrate responsibly, but to celebrate in a lawful manner.
they're finalizing safety plans and asking for the public to help out.
We could do it safely. We can stay out of the penalty box.
They are staffing up, but these days that's a challenge.
But this is where leaning on the partners, figuring out different staffing plans in order to maximize and ensure that we have enough coverage.
Still, they say they're ready for whatever Game 5 brings. Denver officials say it's going to be difficult to drive around town tomorrow, so if you can take mass transit like a bus or a train or even a scooter or a bike, they're telling you to do that. If you don't want to be caught in the Avalanche chaos, just don't drive downtown. And of course, they're asking people to drink a lot of water because it's going to be hot. In downtown Denver, Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Good tips. Thanks, Megan. Of course, we would not be in this position without the help of Nazem Kadri and his overtime goal. But there are some Lightning fans who are not too happy with how that game ended. Here's Denver 7's Jason Grenauer.
There is plenty to break down from last night's game. We can and will talk about how the Avs are now 1 win away from raising the cup on home ice, how the OT winner kind of fooled the refs on the ice and the commentators on the broadcast. And then there's the bit of saltiness coming out of Tampa Bay, and I'm not talking about the ocean. Tampa's coach said last night we should still be playing, and Tampa fans and reporters were quick to point to screenshots showing the Avs mid-line change on the final play of the game. The complaint, the Avs had too many men on the ice and the goal shouldn't have counted. Well, then there were the other screenshots showing Tampa with 7 men on the ice at the time. That goal was reviewed, it counted, the Avs won, the NHL confirmed it in a statement, and head coach Jared Bednar put it to bed with his thoughts this morning.
When you look at that clip and you back that clip up, and I did multiple times already to see exactly what they were talking about, and Tampa's got 2 guys jumping on with their D coming off the ice from the zone away. I count 7-6 at one point, and so that is what it is. That's the way the game's played. I don't see it as a break, a non-break. I think it's actually nothing.
Nothing left to do now but get ready for Game 5 with a 3-1 series lead. According to ESPN Stats and Info, teams that take a 3-1 series lead have won 33 consecutive series in the Stanley Cup Final and are 34-1 all time since 1939. In the newsroom, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
Well, we are ready. Remember, Denver 7 is your home for all things Stanley Cup Finals. Game 5 is tomorrow night right here on Denver 7. We'll have a special pregame show on right before at 5:30 and a special postgame show right after.
Aurora police have arrested a 20-year-old on a first-degree murder charge in the deadly I-70 shooting this weekend. The victim is a father with 3 young children, and police say the shooting was related to street racers who crossed paths with the family. That family was not involved at all in the street racing. Here's Denver 7's Colette Bordelon.
Flags fly at half-mast in Glen Haven for a man who meant more to this mountain community than words can say.
Most of the department is kind of still in a state of shock. We still expect John to show up.
John Jaros was the assistant fire chief for the Glen Haven Area Volunteer Fire Department.
John was a bigger-than-life character.
He was also a committee member for the Rooftop Rodeo in Estes Park.
John was a total family guy first. So the first thing he would do is say, whatever you can do to help out my wife and kids, please do that.
And as the procession made its way through the community today, his family got some answers.
By no means is this investigation over.
Jaros was driving with his wife and 3 kids along I-70 on Saturday evening in the eastbound lanes in between the Tower and Colfax exit. Police say a number of street racers stopped traffic, and Jaros tried to get around them. That's when shots were fired and Jaros was hit. He died at the scene.
Katie had the strength to lean over, put the vehicle into neutral, and guide the truck to the shoulder where it came to rest.
Katie, John's wife, sent a statement thanking police for arresting 20-year-old Jeremy Roca in Commerce City on first-degree murder charges, along with 4 counts of attempted first-degree murder.
It was just within the last 48 hours that things started to come together.
Police couldn't say if they found the weapon used during their search warrants, but they don't believe any other street racers fired a gun. And those other drivers likely won't be charged with anything and have been cooperating with police.
This is not recreational fun. I mean, they're shutting down highways, they're conducting dangerous behavior.
In the statement from Katie, she hopes to find forgiveness in their hearts with time, and even for prayers for the man who took her husband's life.
Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
And we're told that Jaros also worked as a contractor, provided for his family, and there are links to donate to his family online on thedenverchannel.com.
In Boulder, a teenager has been charged with driving under the influence and 2 counts of vehicular manslaughter for causing a crash that killed 2 people earlier this month. The crash happened back on April 9th near Foothills Parkway and Valmont Road, northeast in Boulder. The victims have been identified as 33-year-old Ori Tassioni and 49-year-old Gregoria Ramirez. Now, police are still working to identify who may have supplied that teen with alcohol.
A Boulder County woman.
And state trooper is going to be okay after being involved in a crash this morning in the northeast corner of Colorado. But police say that the trooper is okay and the driver who hit him on I-76 was taken to the hospital. Now, State Patrol is reminding everyone to put the cell phone down and move over for patrol vehicles.
A Boulder County woman has been charged, accused of starting the Tally Ho Trail fire earlier this month. Police say the 48-year-old woman used a backyard fire pit the night before. Then the next morning, she spread the ashes in her garden, telling police she thought they'd be a good fertilizer. Now, the fire luckily did not destroy any homes, but it did cause about $20,000 in damage.
Your Xcel Energy bill is going up. The Denver Post reports state regulators are going to allow Xcel to recover millions of dollars from a winter storm that hit Colorado all the way back in February 2021. Now, Xcel wanted to recover about $508 million, but state regulators cut that amount to an even $500 million. Xcel said electric customers would see a monthly increase of less than $1.50 for 2 years. Natural gas customer prices would go up by less than $6 a month for more than 2 years. It's unclear when people will see the price increase.
The White House is trying to find ways to bring down gas prices ahead of the busy summer travel season. Biden administration officials want oil companies to lower prices. Jay O'Brien reports.
This morning, with gas prices surging, the CEOs of 7 major oil companies called to Washington to attend an emergency meeting with Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm.
The fact is that no president alone can control the price of gasoline, and we need more players at the table.
President Biden not planning on attending the meeting today after spending weeks criticizing oil companies for raking in record profits while not ramping up fuel production.
Bring down the price you are charging at the pump to reflect the cost you are paying for the product. Do it now. Do it today.
Oil executives responding. The administration's push for more green energy is making the problem worse. Chevron's CEO saying the White House is wrongly vilifying big oil. According to AAA, the national average is now just under $5 a gallon, down slightly from record highs last week. In Los Angeles, Evelyn Vargas, a mom of 4, still struggling.
We don't know what to do because the prices are increasing every single day.
The president now calling on Congress to give drivers a break and suspend the federal gas tax for 3 months, which would save drivers about 18 cents a gallon or $2.76 to fill up a 15-gallon tank.
But it will provide families some immediate relief, just a little bit of breathing room as we continue working to bring down prices for the long haul.
But Congress would need to approve the measure. And on Capitol Hill, concerns the move is facing stiff opposition from Republicans who call it a political ploy ahead of the midterm elections. Even some key Democrats not signaling support.
I'm not a yes right now, that's for sure.
President Biden is also calling on states to suspend their own gas taxes, praising states like New York, Illinois, and Colorado for either delaying or suspending their fuel tax. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
Clearing skies with sunshine to start our Friday and warm temperatures. There is a chance for storms and showers for Game 5 tomorrow here in Denver. I'll have your forecast when we come back.
Downtown Denver is preparing for another large crowd of Avs fans tomorrow.
If you're not at the game, you want to be here.
A new employee promises to give one restaurant the help they desperately need.
Definitely capable of going from one station to the next, delivering dishes, delivering food if necessary.